Hello, everyone. My name is Esra Ibil. I am a doctoral student in Curriculum and Instruction, Indiana University School of Education. I will talk about my research study, Practice of Race Analysis on Multimodal Literacy Practices of Children from Muslim Communities, a case study. This study aims to understand young children's experience of growing up in a Muslim family, an understanding of how they make meaning of themselves, their daily life, their family, friends, and social-cultural environments. According to James Paul G., there are several discourses, and literacy is the control of using language in secondary discourses. Discourse could be defined as social construction in which social belief, ideas, and values, such as religious, has role on creating meanings and identities. According to Shore, what we say and do determines who we are. The way we speak and are spoken to help shape who we are. Children from non-mainstream communities have lower chances of practicing their home discourses in school literacies. In this study, I aim to engage the participant children in such activities like drawing as literacy practices so they can bring their home discourses while they are meaning making. In this study, I have a couple purposes. The first one is to understand children's meaning making of their life, their daily life, and observe them. And the second one is providing them with multimodal literacy practices so they can bring their home discourses. And third one is observe them, whether or not they practice their race, their ethnicities, their religious in their drawings. I have two main research questions. Do children from non-mainstream communities practice the concept of race when engaged in multimodal literacy practices? Second, what are the common themes children from non-mainstream communities present during multimodal literacy practices? The next part is going to be literature review. Here I have three main titles: Literacy as Social Practice, Multimodality in Literacy, and Practice of Race Theory as my research theoretical background. Literacy as social practice. In 1980s, new literacy studies started questioning of traditional view of literacy. What literacy is? The common view of literacy is reading, writing, and decoding text. However, new literacy studies say that literacy is the practice of who we are, and it defines our identity and our belonging group. Therefore, each individual's literacy experience is based on social construction they live in. So religious, social-cultural, historical background bring different views, different understanding to be able to read something. Here I created a diagram. In the center, text. Text could be visual, speech, written, digital. Text could be anything, and it comes with in a different modes. And someone's meaning-making process of this text based on their social background, social values, and social practices according to literacy as social practice. And discourse, as I mentioned earlier in this presentation, is a social construction which includes social background, social values, and social practices. So to sum up, literacy as social practice is how someone makes meaning making is a literacy and this meaning-making process based on their sociocultural background. In this study, literacy as social practice, I am interested in Muslim children's meaning-making experiences of their life. Second is multimodality in literacy. Multimodality is emerged by social semiotic theory, which is developed by Michael Holday. According to Holday, meaning-making is the result of choices made from available semiotic resources in the social construction, including speech, writing, gesture, gaze, image, and anything. So if we observe children, according to Diaz 2007, there are different modes of expressions that children use when they practice literacies, such as visual, audio, spatial, and gestural. In this study, multimodal literacy practices refer to meaning-making through art-making activities, such as drawing. In this art-making activity, I aim that children will have a chance to engage with different materials when they are creating a drawing with based on their experiences. So in this study, drawing will be a literacy practice. Practice of race theory. This theory is based on Dr. Krum's understanding of race as a practice. And according to this theory, race is not biological, it's not in our bodies, but race is something that we think and we practice with our bodies. So basically, race is cultural rather than biological. Race is psychological. This means that the common sense perspective of race cannot cover the general understanding of race that human beings practice. In this study, I aim to use this theory to understand how Muslim children practice, whether or not practice their understanding of race in their drawings. This part, I'll talk about the methodology or design of my study. I will apply a case study, and the participants will be from local Muslim community. And a case study is a detailed documentation of a specific situation or event. In my study, I am going to work with local Muslim community, and then I will collect my data via observations, interview, and photography and children's drawings. In terms of data analysis, I am going to apply content analysis of visual documents. The limitations, there are a couple of limitations because the Muslim community here in the Midwest town is a limited number, so there will be a limited number of children that I could find and work with. And as I'm interested in diversity, diverse social cultural background, there might be limited diversity among the Muslim communities. And my study covers children between ages of 7 to 12. And as it's qualitative research, and as I am from Muslim community, there might be researchers' subjectivity. And some children's main language might not be English, so there could be language differences, so it might create some difficulties. As a conclusion, with this research, I aim to have a better understanding of Muslim children's reflections on their sociocultural background, on their life, on their family and friends. And I like to have them engaged in multimodal literacy practices, and I would like to observe whether or not they practice their home discourses their home literacy practices. And this study aims to explore non-traditional view of literacy practices, which is literacy as social practice. And also, last but not least, this study aims to observe if Muslim children's drawing reflect any of race concept or ethnicity concepts when they are engaged in multimodal literacy, when they are engaged in drawing activities. Thank you very much listening my presentation. Here is the reference list. And please reach out to me via this email address if you have any suggestion or any questions. And